bringing you key insights, tips, and advice from the brightest minds in the Canadian franchise industry. This is the Franchise Canada Chats podcast. I'm Gary Prenovo, your host of the Franchise Canada Chats podcast, where we take you into the world of franchising. Season 7 of Franchise Canada Chats will feature interviews with franchisees, franchisors, and industry leaders sharing key insights and expert advice on navigating challenges on their path to success. Franchise Canada Chats is brought to you by FranNet, Canada's franchise matchmaking experts. At FranNet, we help you to build your optimum business model. Then we introduce you to well-suited franchise options. Then, most importantly, we coach you through all aspects of your research so that you can arrive at an informed and defensible yes or no decision. Hello, everyone in Canadian franchise land. Gary Prenovo here, author of The Unstoppable Franchisee and president at FranNet of Southern Ontario. Our guests today on this episode of Franchise Canada Chats podcast are Juan Arboleda and Paola Montoya, who began with JDI Cleaning, covering a couple of cleaning jobs. The local franchisee was so impressed with their work ethic that he offered them a franchise. They took that and ran with it, growing their franchise units over the 20 years they've been with the company. In their tenure, they've increased sales in their region by 300%. Wow. And made the jump from franchisee to franchisor. Welcome, Juan and Paola.
Thank you for being guests today. So maybe tell us a little bit about your background and your experience. What drew you to franchising and specifically JDI?
I think I can start about that. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. My background is cosmetology at home when I was younger, science until we moved to Canada 22 years ago. And then we focus in the cleaning industry since in the beginning. I think Juan can continue with the history about it.
My background is in accounting and administration. We are original from Colombia. We came here in late in 2001, right? Okay. In 2001. So we work for an exporting fruit company. And also we have our own company for sound system, parties, events, and this kind of thing. So when we come here to Canada, we start looking for new opportunities, for new challenges to see what we can grow, starting from nothing actually. So that we see a big opportunity in JDI franchise.
So you both had very different backgrounds, and then you come into the commercial cleaning world. Tell us a little bit about how you made that transition, the transferable skills, and what the combination of the franchisors coaching and training. But what for you were the some of the major learning steps that you went through to become successful?
That was a big challenge. We changed the country, weather, language. That was a big change in everything. But this is when we come in as a JDI, we can notice that we come into a commercial cleaning industry, but the cleaning, that was just a part of the business. This is more a customer service business, more a communication business, people business. So this is something with not a big difference that we did before, because that was like a more for the customers.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So that's I always say the success in franchising is the ability to deliver, doing the work it takes to deliver the brand promise. It's not about the brand itself; it's about executing the systems to deliver the brand promise, right? When you came here and you were just starting, tell us a little bit, please. Tell our listeners what the research process was that you went through, and how did you come about finding JDI and doing the research?
At that time, we bought our first house in Canada. So when we do our math, we say, okay, we need a part-time job because it's more expenses are coming. We have to pay for electricity, water, this and that, mortgage. So, okay, we need a part-time job. So we're looking for a part-time. So we coming to cover somebody for a cleaning industry for a JDI Cleaning franchisee. And that was the first time that we started in the cleaning industry. So that was the first time that we worked for somebody in JDI. So this person started talking about a little bit about the history of the company, so what they do, how they do it. And I told Paola right away, you know what? This is a very interesting opportunity. Let's learn a little bit more about this. After a couple years, so we start with our first franchise in Mississauga-Oakville region.
But I want to mention something, because after we covered those vacations, and the franchise was so happy with our job because no complaints and nothing in those times. So after that, he offered part-time for us, our contract, Monday to Friday, after hours. And we have a full day job, but say, okay, we can do it. And we start working after hours, like a 1 or 2 contracts in the night, but from franchise from JDI. That's why we start there, and we know how the function about all the franchise organization.
So you're working full time during the day, both of you, and then you did this on the side. So talk about that work ethic to come in and make things happen for yourselves. Well done. I'm curious. So you've been working together now for 18 years. A lot of people are 20. You said it's longer than that, right? So what's it like working as a family together, like the sharing the work and figuring out who does what? And tell us a little bit about that, please, because a lot of people, when they come to Canada as new immigrants, or even they're here already, they're thinking about, should I go into business with my spouse? So love to hear some insights as how you've done it, and any advice you have for people thinking about it.
Yeah, so the easy ways that we recognize what is the Paola's responsibilities and what is my responsibilities. So I am responsible for do most the administrative area in the company, and Paola is doing something more in the operation area. So she knows that she is responsible for this. When a franchise owner come in, she's available to go with the first 2 or 3 cleanings to help to continue doing the training. I am responsible for all the administration. So we help each other. For the last 6 months, our son Simon, he's joined us in the company. He's the person responsible for doing sales. So we are doing a family team. It's a family business. We are grow together. We are learn each other. After Simon is here part of the company, we learn a lot about him, because young people they can see the world in a different with a different eyes. So he learned a lot from us for our experience, but we also learn a lot from him in the way that they work. And we are successful doing all this thing as a family.
And I think the important thing in this area is because we know how we separate. Family is everything at home, and business is everything in the office. Well, we never mix anything. So that's, I think, is the key for the success, for the communication, and be professional at home and be professional outside too.
So I think what I'm hearing you both say is for people who are considering working with their spouse before they go into business, figure out what the roles are and responsibilities, and then also figure out the boundaries. That when you come home is home, and work is work, and leave work at work.
Yeah, it's true.
I know, but it's important to mention that the advice that we can tell the people about when they are thinking in join this opportunity is just hard work. Communication is the key. This is a people business. This is something that we have to communicate with our customers. We have to communicate with our head office, with the regional office, with the government, and with our suppliers. This is keep the communication in a good level with everybody, and this is something that the company take the rest. Like we help with all the administration, we help with the support, training. So it's just focus in the service, focus in the communication, and it's gonna be good for sure.
So the delivering on expectations, whichever party, whether it's a customer, so understanding what they need and what they're wanting from you, and then maintaining that line of communication. I think that's what I'm hearing you say.
Yes, sir. It's correct.
There's a couple of things that as you shared that I want to go back to. One is the bringing your son in. A lot of people, when they're looking at business ownership as a long-term strategy, they're looking at that multi-generational wealth creation. So you're just into that for a few months. So that's really cool. Going back though to the journey that you've had. 6 years ago, you transitioned from franchisee to the regional franchisee, and you kind of went to the other side. So now instead of doing the work as a franchisee, you're at like the franchisor, right? So tell us please a little bit about that transition. What were the important differences for you for that?
Okay, so we start with our first local franchisee 18 years ago. We started in an area of Mississauga, Oakville. That was great. That was lots of good experiences. That was lots of customer, business, employees, and everything that was smooth, with not a big problem. It's always some issues, small issues can happen, but we resolved everything. So 6 years ago, the president of the company called us and offered the opportunity to run a master franchise in the region of Milton, Brampton, north of Halton. So we went for a meeting, like a 3-4 hours meeting, explain everything, reading documents, explain the difference between be a franchisee or franchisor in that moment. So that was a big challenge for us. That was something like I would say, okay, probably this is a lot. Probably we cannot do it. So they say, why not? You were a successful local franchise for more than 12 years now in that time. So we are pretty sure. So they believe in us. They trust a lot on us. So when we come back to home, we meet with our two elders, my son and my daughter. We review everything and say, okay, you know what? Let's do it. Let's try. That was a big step. That was an investment. That was a big challenge. We are going to need something different, but let's try. So the next day we called the head office and say, okay, we want to do it. And after 1 month of that call, we were regional directors for Milton, Brampton, and North Halton region. We start there with 5 franchise owners. Now we are 11. And the sales that we are increased sales in more than 300% in the last 6 years in this region. So that was an amazing experience. So we are here. So now we have another region. We are regional directors for Oakville, Mississauga region as well, and we have another 11 franchise owners in that region. And yeah, the business is running good. Franchise owners are happy running the business, doing the customer service. We have a big plans for the future. Want to increase our franchise owners in a big number for the next years, and of course the sales as well.
But it's funny because when they offer the franchise in Mississauga, Oakville, we say yes, and we sit down in the office, we do the deal, but after that, 1 month later, the pandemic came out. We said, oh, that's no good time to invest in that. But
that was April 2020.
April 2020.
April 1st, 2020, when the COVID started in the big peak. So that was scary for us. We start a new journey with these times, but here we go. We are here.
The vast majority of businesses had lots to have to adjust to. I might come back to that if we have time. I'm curious about coming back to the differences on the franchisor side and being the franchisee side. You've had the opportunity, folks, to see the lens that most people don't get to see. And I'm curious for our listeners, what are the most important things that if they're looking at, hey, I want to buy a franchise, what are your 3 or 4 top recommendations of what they need to pay attention to in their research?
Okay. For us, we strong believe that we are local. So the regional offices are in the region, like Milton, Brampton has the office in Milton, Brampton, Kitchener and Waterloo, London. Every office is local, and our head office is in Burlington. It's just half an hour drive from anywhere in GTA. So it's something easy to reach. I can find that people, when they have the franchise and the head office are in a different country or in a different areas, it's really difficult for them to reach support, because the main thing is the support. When you got a franchise, you are looking for support. You are not alone. So you have a regional office support, you are the head office support, training, administration, all these kind of things. So it's very important for the person when he's looking for a franchise, looking that they have the support and is available at any time. So this is something very important. So they need to also is very important to look the brand, the experience. In the JDI case, so we are talking about 31 years in business. So we are since 1992 in Canada. So this is something that is very important for a franchise owner that is coming. Also, so they have to look. So right now we are more than 160 local franchisees in the organization. So in the process that they have when they are looking for the franchise, what in the what moment of the process they have the ability to call. We provide the numbers, the email address, the phone numbers, and the list for all these 160 plus franchisees. They can call our franchise owners and ask for reference about our company. This is something very clear. So looking for reference is also very, very important.
Enjoying the episode so far? Franchise Canada also has bi-monthly newsletters full of franchise opportunities. With Franchise Canada e-news, new content gets sent directly to your inbox, and you can keep up to date on the newest episodes of the Franchise Canada Chats podcast that you're listening to right now. Plus, you get a free subscription to Franchise Canada magazine. Join the 19,000 fellow franchisees, industry leaders, and aspiring entrepreneurs by subscribing at franchisecanada.online. Now, back to the episode.
Okay, so I'm hearing a few things, and correct me if I've misheard it, but first and foremost is prospective franchisees should really understand the quality of the research and the availability of the research. So what is that journey? And then tying that to talking to the existing franchisees, part of that is they do that reference check. So talking to enough franchisees, understanding what the relationship is, but also how good the support. And then the third thing you said was the strength of the brand. And you're helping new franchisees come, and that part of that is the strength of the brand. Question I have for you is it the strength of the brand or the strength of the systems that has created that brand, folks?
Yeah. So when you are a franchisee, it's a system already created. So it's just follow the system that we already have for more than 30 years. And this is something that is going to be, is something that improve after the year. So We have a training that is connected with the brand core values. So we try to bring the people to our name, our company, what we believe, what is the standards that we are delivering to the customer, the service that we are delivering to the customers, and this is connected as soon as you are a franchise owner. So we are open to share all this experience, to share all this acknowledgement that we have about the industry with those people, and this is connected in what we believe as a brand, with our core values, our specifications, whatever we have to bring to our customers.
It's all tied together, isn't it? And when you bring on a new franchisee, they always follow every system to the T, right?
It's franchise owners are as a kids. Every kid is different. So some of those, they need a lot of support. They need more. Some of those, they are ready to go. They are just like, okay, this is the system, just follow. They read it and they are ready to go. So everybody's different. So but we are here to support everybody. So that was one of our things, that important things to do.
And that's where part of the strength of the relationship comes, because you can provide that support. You know, I've been in franchising for 35 years, and I've heard for many, many years that the number one reason why people buy a franchise is to get access to the proven systems and the brand, and that the one reason why they struggle is they don't follow the systems they paid so much money to become a part of. So it's in the book I just wrote, the Unstoppable Franchisee, one of the drivers is master the system, which is learn to follow it and internalize it. So you're helping them do that. It's a progressive journey of learning, isn't it? Some people get it fast and some people not so much. One of the things, folks, we talked about just before the call was, you're both immigrants. You've created a lot of success for yourself, and that's exciting. But you're also working with a lot of immigrants that they're your franchisees. So can you share with the audience some of the challenges that you've had to work through, and that you're also supporting other people in working through, and what people who are thinking about, who are new immigrants coming to Canada to be in business, what advice you have? Kind of a few things tied together there.
Yeah. This is something that is really, really excited for us, because we feel that we support our community a lot, because we share with them the information. We tell them, and we open the book to say, okay, this is a great opportunity. This is something that work for us. When Jerry, when we come in 20 years ago, we didn't know anything English, nothing. So that was a very hard time for us. The communication, that was very hard. So we start taking English classes. We start reading for ourselves. When we receive all the information about the JDI, the service agreement and everything, so we read everything for ourselves. We try to do our big effort to understand everything. So we try. When we receive one immigrant, a new immigrant, we receive with an open heart, try to explain everything in detail, to tell them that if we can do it, you also can do it. If we did it, you can do it as well. So we try. The thing is, communication is very, very important in this business. We have the communication tools, we have the technology services for our franchise owners, the great email service, the great phone service, a lots of different communication tools in different levels. So we try to bring those people and say, okay, you have the tools, you have the support, we can help you. Because the main fear for the new immigrants is probably the communication, the language barrier. Is the big fear for those people. So we bring those people, we explain everything. If they are Spanish people, we explain everything in Spanish, just to make sure that they understand 100% how is the the business works. If they are from another language, we try to help them in the best way possible, because we remember that we went in that seats 20
and
years
that's the
ago.
key. You have gone through that yourself, right? All the heavy lifting. So preparing people for that journey of the order of learning about the language, what is the base level, and then what are the, depending on what business they're looking at, what's the customer base and how to communicate with those customers. So I wish we had a lot of time to explore that and drill into it, but so that's important. So when we talk about the core skills or traits of a successful franchisee, you just said one, which is communication, learning to communicate, who the customers are. We talked earlier on today about the different groups that you serve or interact with. So that's critical. What are some of the other key traits that drive success for a franchisee? Not just your business, but you think for any business that, hey, if you're going to be a franchisee, you really want to be aware of this.
As you mentioned, as you said a few minutes ago, follow the system is one of the keys, because the company has more than 30 years thinking, improving, put some system to follow that is proof. It's proof for more than 160 franchisees. So you don't have to think about it. You don't have to invent anything. It's just coming, go to the training. We have a big, extensive training, not only for the 3 first full days, we also have the ongoing training in the regional offices. So go to the training, follow the system, ask for support when you need it, and keep the communication, and for sure your business is going. It's just concentrate in the service. We are going to take care of the rest. We do the sales, we do the administration, invoicing, follow-ups. Just concentrate in the service, and as an organization, we are going to go through the customer to be happy.
And that's one of the clear advantages of the JDI model, is that you are doing the selling for the franchisees. You are doing all of that support, where that most franchises, that's not the case. The franchisor is saying, here's the business model. Here's the strategies. Execute on these strategies. We'll support you in all these different ways. But the franchisee is responsible for executing the business generation strategy. You're doing that and providing the contracts to them, so that they take on as much as they want, and you fulfill that, as I understand it.
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's correct.
So that's a big component. So okay, so follow the system, communication. Any other real? Hey, this is really important for running a business.
Hard work is always necessary. It's very important to people know since the day one that when you buy a franchise, is a new journey is coming. So it's something like some people say, oh, I want to buy the franchise, but I don't want to work for myself. I want to, okay, so this is not for you. It's a hard work. It's something that you have to be there every day. Customer service, calling the customers, visit the places. If you want to clean for yourself, is a very possible to do the cleaning for yourself. If you want to get to hire employees to do the cleaning for you, it's okay. It's very possible also, but it's just to be there for the customers and be ready for everybody. As I told you, I repeat many times, the communication is very important, but it is. It's like if you receive an email, please respond the email in the next hour maximum 1 hour. If you receive a call, please take the call. If for any reason you are in a meeting with a customer or something like that, just respond with a quick text message and respond the call as soon as you finish. It's just like a bit there for your customers and for everybody and for the company as well. If your regional director is calling you as a franchisee, so you have to respond as soon as possible, because it can be a great opportunity for you. We can call just to offer a new opportunity, a new customer for you. So it's something that is always be there for customers, for the company, for employees, for government, for everybody. Be ready to reply as soon as possible.
We talk about the hard work, and a lot of people, when they buy a franchise, they're surprised at how hard it is. One of my favorite sayings come from one of North America's great football coaches, Vince Lombardi. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. In the current generation, the technical generation, they go, "What's a dictionary?" They just look it up online, right? But it does, and I think a lot of people misunderstand what that work is. So our counsel to prospective franchisees is great to understand the support, all those elements, but whatever your income goals are, talk to enough people to understand the work it takes in that system to achieve that income goal, because that's what they have to do. And it's like year one is a sacrifice year two is a build year, but by the end of year two, that's where the ideal, now you're on plane, and then it comes to, with you guys, as you've experienced the trajectory, you had a great trajectory. So as we start to come to a close, one of the important elements that you shared earlier on, I want to go back to, is goals. It's critical to have goals, to have aim, and then be able to track success to. You said you've got some very big goals for the company. So what's next for you guys?
We have a meeting, regular meetings with our head office, weekly meetings, bi-weekly meetings, depend on the different levels, monthly meetings with all the regional directors. And we are always review our goals. How are the sales are, how many new franchisees are coming to the organization, what we are looking for the current year, what is our 3 years goal, our 5 years goal, our 10 years goal. We are very, very excited when we review all these numbers and all these goals with our group and our beautiful people from head office. So right now, what is coming is we are increasing sales a lot. We have a new resources, technology services that is going to help us to increase our sales. Not only our sales for our service sales, also our sales for our new franchisees. So we are expecting that this number of 160 franchise in the organization are going to be at least 200 in the next couple of years. So this is going to be very, very excited for us, because more people are coming. So this is like attractive, more business. Mm-hmm. For sure, this is going to be very excited for everybody.
And keep growing.
And it's I love the clarity and also the frequency that you're reviewing things. And I think I heard you say you get together with all the franchisees on a regular basis. Part of that, successful franchising is very, very reliant on interdependence between the franchisor and the franchisee. It's not a symbiote. It's how do I want to say it? It's critical to have that trust, and that's there. And the franchisees, not all franchisees take advantage of all the different elements that are available to the franchisor. So I love that you've got that frequency to be able to get them to get involved. You also, there was something in my notes about the JDI's practical cleaning course that you guys are involved in. Is that something new as well? That's part of the growth goal?
Yes, it's a lot of positive changes in the last year in the company. So we are very involved in the training, in the first 2 full days training sessions. Actually, Paola, Simon, my son, and me. So we are trying to share all the acknowledgement, share all the experience, the histories, that many things happen with in these 18 years. Everything happened to us, positive, negative. So we try to come into the new franchisees and tell these histories. So we tell, okay, I remember when we did these floors in a 100 square feet building, and this happened, and these positive things happen, challenges we resolve in this way. So we just coming with the history, Paola coming with her experience in the cleaning. So we coming to do a cleaning training in those 2 days. It's not only reading or watching videos, it's also coming to, okay, let's go and cleaning the carpet in this area. So we bring the machine, we do the actual cleaning. We give the opportunity to the new franchisees to be involved in this kind of cleaning. Paola coming with the crew and do the cleaning in the washrooms, in the cafeteria, in the kitchen, just to see how is this working in a real life. What kind of products you have to use, what is the protector for yourself, how you have to use the uniform. So basically we try to cover everything for a start, but this is not only those 2 days. The ongoing training is like forever. It's different because, as I told you before, every franchise owner is different. Some of those, they need a lot of support. Some of those, they only need the support in the first 2 or 3 accounts, and after that they can run it for themselves. So it's different. So, but we are involved in the initial training.
And I think the training is very good when you have them in a friendly way, and because we are no teacher, we are no coach, but we have the experience and we have the opportunity to share with everyone. So I think when the people saw the information about us, the immigrants, the history, the background, everything, they need more, they feel more comfortable with us. So I think it's a good idea to share the information like a friendly time with everyone. And for now, we did a couple. Now it's another number 3 training we complete.
Number 4, something like that.
And we're happy and we feel so good when enjoy the time when the people explain everything around.
So you're creating even deeper infrastructure to accelerate that learning curve. And as you just said a few moments ago, Juan, people learn at different paces, right? When the student is ready, the teacher will come, and your franchisees are all students, as you are students as well.
That's true.
So I go back to that interdependence and the importance of understanding the growth where people are at. In my second driver in my book is about growth, and growth is not always about operational growth or financial growth. A lot of times skills growth has to happen before those other things do. My favorite question I asked every one of my 50 interviewees for my book is, and I'd like each of you to answer it, what have I not asked you that you would have asked yourself?
Oh, okay.
That was a great question. So I don't know. I think we cover everything, but do you have something that you want to share?
Probably you don't ask about, let me think. I think I want to say something about probably you don't ask about the more important thing and when we take the decision to be self-employed, in my personal opinion, is that flexibility with the time, with the family. I think it's the more important thing, and it's good to know the people knows about it. Even here in Canada, when you have a family, it's very important to be flexible with the time.
So that's part of the criteria that people, what is that flexibility that they need, and make sure that that's able to be achieved in that business. At the same time as what you said earlier on, protecting that boundary between work and family.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much, Juan and Paola. It's been a pleasure. And that wraps us up for today's podcast. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you very
for your
much
time.
for your time, and thank you very much for the opportunity to be here today.
Thanks for listening to Franchise Canada Chats. Catch up on every episode of Franchise Canada Chats on SoundCloud, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your audio media. For more franchising resources, including how-to articles, expert advice, franchise success stories, and franchise opportunities, visit franchisecanada.online. Don't forget to subscribe to Franchise Canada e-News while you're there. You can also learn more about franchising at cfa.ca and connect with specific franchise opportunities at lookforafranchise.ca.